any weapons on you or anything?
No, no.
I'm in the other car. Okay, good. You turn around, put your hands on the car for me. You're under arrest. Yeah, we're going to put States northbound on first.
A convicted sex offender on the run since 2018 for crimes in Michigan is tracked down and arrested in Burien. Now detectives want you to take a good look at his face because he's been living here the whole time using fake names. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the news at 10. I'm Sabir Rayford.
And I'm David Rose. His real name is Corey Olson. And as it turns out, he was labeled Detroit's most wanted after he disappeared in 2018. SeaTac police say there is a serious concern that Olson may have more vulnerable victims here in crimes that have gone unreported.
I love the Find Me puzzle.
When King County Sheriff's Detective Riley Michaelbus started working to locate a man accused of identity theft, he realized he might be onto something bigger.
After about a week of looking through 10+ addresses, years of records, I couldn't figure out who this guy was. And that was a hint, because usually I can figure it out.
He had a few pieces to the puzzle, including photos of the suspect, who was working temp jobs under the name Randall. The real Randall works at McDonald's in Kansas.
Kansas reached out and said, hey, there's this guy working with our victim's social security number up in Washington. And every year the feds are sending him like a tax bill. Every year the feds are sending him a tax bill. You're working in Washington, why aren't you paying taxes on it? And the poor victim in Kansas was like, I've never even been to Washington.
Detective Michaelbus knew he could charge the suspect for identity theft and forgery, but still had no idea who he really was.
I was concerned, like who hides their identity like this guy does.
Then he learned Randall was working at a new job in Burien.
So we went over to that business and I spotted him getting into his car.
After he left, police pulled him over.
And when he got out of the car, he pushed a sergeant and ran away. He actually made it pretty far.
Detective Michaelbus was following in his minivan, cut him off before he could escape, and took him to the ground.
Okay, now that we've all calmed down, chill, okay? We're gonna get through this, all right?
I can't believe I made it that far.
I know. Well done.
Good job.
Fingerprints identified Randall as Corey Allen Olson.
What did he say?
He wouldn't give it up.
That's when Detective Michaelbus Googled him and discovered he'd caught Detroit's most wanted. After Olson injured a deputy when he crashed a car while trying to escape, he was convicted of sexually assaulting a teenage girl. He was paroled in 2017 and was about to head back to prison when he fled.
Once again, Olson is charged with another sexual assault, a child the first time, and now this person with special needs.
After showing him, telling him I could see him on YouTube, he would not admit that he wasn't the person. I said, I just fingerprinted you. There's no way that you're not this person, and he just wouldn't give it up.
This is State of Washington versus Corey Olson.
At his arraignment for identity theft, criminal impersonation, and multiple counts of forgery, Olson's attorney fought to keep us from showing the defendant's face.
There are multiple names and identities that are at issue in this case. So, Your Honor, to protect Mr. Olson's right to a fair trial, his due process rights, and the potential availability of defenses on the basis of identity, we are asking that the court only allow the immediate report from the neck down.
Judge Andrea Robertson granted his motion, but detectives want you to see his face.
We just want to make sure that somebody isn't out there who's the victim of a crime and we're unaware of it.
He says Olson has a history of befriending women with teenage daughters.
In at least one case, it was offering a teenage gal a job to try on new undergarments that had the logo of the job that wasn't real.
He often met people at karaoke bars, claimed he was from New York, had contacts in California, was in the military, and a wealthy investor.
He's just a smooth talker.
The truth is, Olson was using the addresses of homeless shelters in downtown Seattle on job applications.
We just want to make sure we're doing what we can to tell the public that this guy was here, and if you're a victim of a crime in this instance, please come forward and we'd be happy to get you resources to talk about your case.
Making sure all of the pieces are in place to put this convicted sex offender back in the box he escaped from.
I love solving puzzles. Yeah, it's my favorite part of this job.
And Detective Michaelbus says Corey Olson used 3 other names besides Randall, including Hosea, Peyton, and Nico, often with the last name Arb or Kada. He was known to frequent Issaquah, downtown Seattle, Puyallup, and Olympia. If you think you were the victim of a crime, fraud, or sexual assault, please contact SeaTac Police or send a tip to Crime Stoppers that includes your name and contact information. You can do that through the P3 Tips app or at p3tips.com.